It's been a quiet couple of months this year with the odd big funding round or acquisition. However, I think things are about to heat up. We've got 3 companies to talk through today across AI, cybersecurity and mobile networking, and $300 million in total, or a bit more than $300 million across those 3 companies. Smaller week, easy to get through. Let's get started. First one today is a company called Glean, which raised $200 million in a Series D. And I've been keeping my eye on Glean for quite some time now. I think they're a really exciting company, do some really awesome tech. And this is sort of that, part of this new wave of AI built or AI founded types of companies. Glean essentially give them, as an enterprise, you give them access to your data sources, your systems, and then let AI take it away from there. So Q&A, workflow, work assistant. Basically, you can get this AI assistant to help you get through your day-to-day work. We know information and data in enterprises is scattered throughout. It's disjointed, it's in silos, it's often massively unstructured. And all of this intellectual property or projects and bits and pieces are all in different systems doing different things. And it's really hard to make that all sort of this harmonious effort of work and be able to query that effort of work. Glean is really going after that. So being able to query, with natural language questions like, where is this project up to? What's the next phases in this? What about this initiative? Tell me what's happening in this part of the business. Glean aims to really be that sort of work assistant in that, hopefully, and the value proposition revolves around, massive efficiencies, a more knowledgeable workforce, these types of things. Huge round, $200 million. So there's obviously been a lot of success already and huge future ahead of them. Would really love to get my hands on this type of technology and give it a test run. I'm looking forward to diving a bit deeper and seeing how effective and the answers are that it comes back with, or the help that it gives. Ultimately, I think it's an exciting period for enterprises in that sense. Next one today is a company called Bugcrowd, who has raised $102 million in a strategic funding round. So an interesting concept here around Bugcrowd. They look at, crowdsourced cybersecurity. So they've got, I suppose, an army of hackers or ethical hackers that essentially try and find vulnerabilities in your systems or platforms or applications and things like that, and then facilitate it all through a platform, give you analytics and how they found it and things like that. Now, ask me a couple of years ago if I thought this was a good idea, and I would have said absolutely, that sounds really powerful. You get access to huge amounts of resources really quickly to execute on problems and to find vulnerabilities and things like that. But I just question the longevity of a model like this with where AI is up to. I mean, 3 to 5 years from now, possibly even shorter time periods, surely all of this ethical hacking or vulnerability hacking is going to be done by far superior AI capability. So bit unsure around the long-term sort of viability of a platform and technology like this. $102 million is an awfully big bet if you're just betting on a couple of years. So there's obviously a bit more to it than I can see, but I just obviously question the model with what's coming out. Still, if you've got really quick needs, I think this sounds like the type of technology that you can ramp up really quickly. So if you're a large enterprise and you're about to start releasing some applications, or you've digitalized some part of your business and you really want to start to get quick access to vulnerability testing and ethical hackers and stuff like this would be an excellent solution today. The last one is a company called Highway 9 Networks, and they've raised $25 million as they emerge from stealth. Now, these guys are all around mobile networking cloud. I'm not really sure what exactly that is. I mean, it's obviously around wireless and 5G, WAN networks and things like that, and bringing it all together, but I just don't really know enough about this space, and it's not really my cup of tea either. These are all ex-VMware folks, so the founding team is all, a decade in VMware and have worked obviously in the VMware space around that. But again, not really an area I'm super familiar with. I just sort of struggle, I suppose, to understand the value proposition around bringing 5G and wireless all together into some type of like managed cloud service. I don't really understand how that would come together as a cloud. It also does, I mean, I don't work in a huge enterprise that has 5G needs, but I also just struggle with the concept of these sort of, I suppose, privatized networks and what that means. When I say privatized networks, I mean extended networks capability beyond just the LAN. So that may just be my misunderstanding of the whole situation. Again, I don't have a huge amount of experience in there. The messaging also has a lot to do around AI and sprinkling AI through analytics and, WAN networking and stuff like that. It doesn't really be clear around what that means. And I kind of get the sense they're just jumping on the bandwagon there. Anyway, so I've seen a number of companies recently. We saw Nile a little while ago talk about their networking as a service. And now we've got Highway 9 talking about their mobile networking cloud. So there's a little bit of action happening here, a little bit of disruption. We've obviously got two large, big networking players in terms like Cisco and Arista that have really cornered the market in a lot of ways. We've seen HP acquire Juniper recently. So there's a bit of action happening in the networking space. So we'll keep an eye on this one and see what happens. Anyway, that's it this week. Short and sharp, 3 companies. Big rounds though. So, there's a bit of money out there floating around. Obviously, cybersecurity, AI, still at the front page of those as well, attracting the big dollars. So I don't expect this to change. I'd probably suggest that even more money will be going into AI than cybersecurity in terms of ratios. We've seen that recently. Glean's a massive one, big startup. More to come in this space. Thank you very much.